Hello everyone. I'm continuing here with my male Cardinal, and I want to use the 169 that could put Mortem on its back. The back is kind of a taupe color, and there's a little bit of red in there, but we're going to use this as kind of the underlayment color. Go in and try to make your marks in the direction that the feathers are going. There's not a lot of definitive pattern, but there is some pattern that you can see. So just very gently lay those in, make small strokes as you're going. We will put other colors on top of this, so we're just kind of getting a ballpark idea here of where these need to go. Now, I don't have all of the lines drawn in by any means, so if you're unsure, like how far this red was supposed to come down, just take your pencil and go over and measure it on the original photo. And then that way you'll know just kind of how far to kind of come down. And this isn't by any means done either. I just want to try to get in some lines here of areas where which color needs to go where. So bring those down, go back to my taupe color, fill in, and there's even some red that's over this, but like I said, we're just going to kind of put in an underlayment color here. Now, I have mentioned this before, but I try to mention it every time. Since I'm left-handed, I always try to start my projects from the right going left so that I don't have to lay my hand over a color that's already on the paper. It does erase fairly easy, but I just don't want the mess, and I don't want to have to correct things when it's not necessary. If I find that I do have to, for some reason, put my hand on something I've already worked on, I will get a piece of tracing paper and put that on there so that it would protect the paper. Yeah, just follow the directions the feathers are going. When I first start a project, what I try to do is I try to evaluate the colors in an animal. I try to go ahead and decide what pencils I'm going to use. And that's why I also always have my piece of paper here that I can try the different pencils and different colors on, and even the blending, and see how that's going to work before I actually put it on the finished product. Of course, there will be mistakes, and some mistakes you can correct and some you can't, but if I can kind of experiment a little bit with this, it's a lot easier and a lot less work on your finished product here. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of bringing that taupe color in. Now, I know I don't have this totally done yet, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my cotton bud and get a clean one here. That's another thing. When you do use a cotton bud, you have to make sure that it's either clean or it's already worked in that color that you're going to be working in. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a color you will not want. Like I had a cotton bud that I had used on the black feather, and you don't want to get that mixed up and bring in here. So I'm going to kind of blend that color, the first layer, in a little bit. Now, you won't always press the color into the paper with this technique, because sometimes you'll want to leave your marks on the paper, and we will have finished marks on top of this and that will show the true definition of the feathers more than just this underbase cover. So go ahead and put in your taupe, and what I will probably do also is I will probably start with my the red that I've been using. Again, it is the 121 Pale Geranium Lake, and I will come down in here to the longer feathers, and I will start to add the color in there. Now, if you notice, this Cardinal, he is out in the rain. So when I get down to where there's actual raindrops on him, we need to evaluate where those are going to be, and we need to think about how we're going to make those look like real raindrops, and I will show you that. Thanks for watching.